Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading, tuning into the day's energy, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, this is for all signs, for whoever, by tuning into the, thank you, the title, whatever that will be, or whatever brought you into and guided you to this reading. All right. The overall energy of this reading is the Three of Pentacles in reverse. This is after tarot. And usually in the Three of Pentacles, there are three people collaborating. Definitely has that group project feel. Maybe three different people at different levels, but they have the same intentions. They want to build something. They want to collaborate and work together. This has an energy of someone's doing all the work and labor, and someone's just watching, and someone's not even showing up at all. I had some of those group projects in high school, I remember. And so in reverse, it feels like someone's tired of doing all the work in this group, all the labor. This, why stay and have to divide the finances? Everybody's getting paid. You're doing all the work, but having to share the accolades of this project, share with other people. They're not sharing the burdens of building this, of the work, of putting in the work, but it feels like they want to see how far you're at. They want a piece of the pie. They want a piece of the victory of what you're creating, but they're not willing to put in the work. It feels like you've had enough. I'm tired of putting in all the work and effort. It feels like you're like, oh, I could do this on my own and not be burdened by these other two yahoos. It feels like, and instead of in this kind of weird dynamic where one person doesn't even show up, one person shows up to just do nothing, to watch you work, to see that you're burdened. All right, what does the viewer need to know about this? Oh, that was interesting. Oh. The next two cards are the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups. Knight of Wands reverse, Chariot reverse, Queen of Swords upright. So once you realize, I'm doing all the work, I'm burdened, I'm not getting all the reward, but I'm doing all the work. I think once you realize you left that scenario, then it feels like you realize how to love yourself. You're in flow state. New energy comes in. It feels like you needed to realize that you were the only one putting in the work. You needed to recognize and realize that you don't need these other two people. That you're being burdened. You're putting in all the work and effort, but you're not getting all the reward, recognition, or maybe not even any. So it looks like when you finally have had enough, when you realize this isn't what I want to put my time and energy into, then it helps you find that loving energy. And then Two of Cups, something that you really love. Wow. Feels like what you're leaving behind is a Knight of Wands in reverse, a player. Is that it feels like the player is either this person not really willing to put in the work, or they're not even in the card. They haven't even showed up. They're not putting any of the work and effort in. Looks like with the Chariot reverse that this player energy can't move on, doesn't know how to make moves. Because they can't move on and make moves because it looks like they were depending on you doing the labor. You doing all the work behind the scenes, and they get to take the credit. Life feels a lot harder once you're not doing some labor. I think you did a lot more labor that this person didn't care about, didn't perceive all the work that you were doing, didn't appreciate, just criticize. How long is this going to take you? Not even showing up, not even caring. This feels like this person, this player, took advantage of your free labor, maybe physically, maybe literal labor that you did, that you brought in financially. For some of you, it's the physical labor, the emotional labor, the mental labor of organizing, putting things together. This person just, it feels like this person felt entitled to your labor. That there's under a guise of where this is a team project. We're both in this together. Maybe that's because there's two people here. But they didn't put any of the work in. They just benefited off of your labor. It looks like once you discerned that and cut your losses from this person, then you're able to go love yourself, find what love is, what it really is. It's not someone who's a player who's taking advantage of you, saying we're a team, but then you're doing all the work. Ick. I think when you finally discerned that, the Queen of Swords has clouds halfway up her body, but she's started to discern, find some clarity. And she's cutting out what doesn't work for her. Anything more about this Two of Cups energy? Four of Wands. Okay. Once you left a relationship where you were doing all the work, all the heavy lifting, but they were getting credit, that group project, then it feels like once you realize and come to the realization that this person is just a player, they can't make moves. You are doing all the labor, all the work, physically, mentally, emotional. They're just exhausting. Once you realize, come to that conclusion and create a separation, then it feels like that's a step towards loving yourself. This is not love. This activity of carrying the burdens, doing all the work, while not getting any of the accolades, any of the gratitude or appreciation, This person's just like, yeah, we did it. And you're like, we. Then stepping away, realizing that's not love, is loving yourself, is learning. It looks like you've learned to not give from an empty cup, to put yourself first, to love yourself. It feels like you've had to kind of relearn, or maybe for the first time, what is love? What's that activity? How can I love myself? Love myself by not being in environments where people take advantage of me, creating healthy boundaries, facing my fears, validating my own emotions, validating my own perspective and my own perception. It looks like that leads you to a loving partnership. And then Four of Wands is happily, it's like taking the relationship to the next step. Happiness, joy, celebration. All right, in what's hidden, we have the Four of Pentacles and Two of Swords. Feels like this is talking about why you might have stayed in a relationship where you were doing, where it looks like a group activity, but you're doing all the labor, all the work. Four of Pentacles. It looks like there's some type of foundation. It feels like you were clinging on to this person, to this relationship. You might not have believed that you could do any better. So you needed to make do with what you had. It feels like that idea that you had, that belief that this is as good as it gets and I need to make this work. So I need to work harder and get less support. So you might have had that mentality. I've got to hold on to this. And it took a real painful ending, it looks like, to get you to stop trying so hard to make this work. Trying to make something work where you're the only one putting in the effort. You're the only one that cares that this works. Feels like this person, this player, is taking advantage or took advantage in the past of you in this state of being. Dependency, codependency, needing, I can't let go. It feels like they took advantage of that belief to make you work harder. It feels like diminishing returns. This person put less and less effort the longer you were with them. They kept you in this sort of confusion, Two of Swords, a fog of confusion, making you fight against yourself instead of fight with them. They have you fighting your own belief systems, trying to figure it out. It feels like a lot of internal battles, a lot of trying to figure out what's wrong with you, why you're not happy in this scenario. Trying to fix. It feels like you're stuck in fix-it mode and confused, feeling like you're the problem. And you got to fix this because you can't let go of it. So what else would be helpful for the viewer to understand what's hidden? Okay. Okay. This feels so personal. For some of you, the passion in this relationship died out. No spark, no attraction, no... It feels like for a lot of you, a lack of desire, lack of attraction, lack of interest in that regards. Feels like you're working so hard and trying so hard to keep this relationship together, You're carrying the burden. You feel so exhausted. So, and uncared for, unappreciated, burdened. And so maybe some of you were made to feel guilty, or that you're also not, after carrying all the burdens, doing all the work in this group project, somehow made to feel guilty that you weren't also sexy. See what I'm saying here? This feels like this person might have guilted you, shamed you for not just, not appreciating the work you do, not even perceiving it, just expecting it. This person feels very entitled to your labor. And in here, this person feels very entitled to your body. And ick. I think if it resonates, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This person feels like they're coercing intimacy, making you feel guilty and ashamed that on top of everything else that you're not gratifying them in this work space. And for some of you, it feels like your person might have lost some of their vitality. For some of them, it feels like this gave them an excuse to invite third parties. It's because on top of everything else that you're burdened with and the lack of care, this person does not care. I'm not perceiving that they care. They feel entitled to you. They feel like there's some type of I own you or I'm above you. You're an employee. This person's treating you like an employee. And they just feel entitled. That's your labor. That's what you need to do. But there's no appreciation. There's no care. I'm not seeing any love at all that's showing up. There's just this expectation. The only love I'm seeing just came out, and it feels like this person creates a false illusion that you chase after, that they just keep chasing. It feels like they got you, they're maybe a runner and you're chasing, and they just keep you that carrot. All right, anything else in what's hidden? What I'm getting, though, is you're showing up as the Queen of Swords, discerning, and Queen of Pentacles, nurturing, loving, caring. It feels like whatever environment you're in is improved by your loving care. I do get the feeling that this person, there we go, not big on fidelity and loyalty. Player energy, Three of Swords. This person, and then now the Three of Cups in reverse as well. It feels like this person goes around and tells everybody their tale of woe. They feel abandoned. They feel left out because you do all this work and they're just, they have no affection, no care for. This person's very good at manipulating a narrative, manipulating others, third parties. What's interesting is the third party looks at the life that the two of you had created and is like, oh my gosh, look at all the work this player does. Oh my gosh. But really it's what you built. You built all that. You're doing all the labor behind the scenes. You're even making the player happy and abundant and feeling good about themselves. So they go out and they use your energy to poo-poo you and make themselves a victim, that they're not getting the love and the care, the attention, the affection. And so that looks like, so it looks like they've got an employee at home, you, doing all the work and labor, and then they go out and so it's not real fidelity and a real relationship. This person is using you as free labor, and they're not being true to you or honest. This person creates false illusions. It looks like you've moved on from this. For a lot of you, this was a marriage with the Hierophant showing up. All right. In the outcome and advice, we've got the Queen of Pentacles again. The Queen of Pentacles showed up in what's hidden, and that's that loving, nurturing energy that you have. That any environment that you're in is improved by you being in it. You have that abundance energy, real world, very grounded, very loving, very nurturing. You've definitely trained your focus. You're definitely the one who puts in the work and the effort. Anything else that the viewer needs to know about the Queen of Pentacles? Any advice? Thank you. Wow. Okay. Eight of Cups in reverse. Feels like there's an emotional attachment to this person, to this relationship. And so it's devastating. Five of Cups. It's devastating to realize the loss of a relationship, to acknowledge, to be willing to see, be willing to go through the grieving process so you can take a leap of faith and start over. Not from zero, but start over from a new vantage point, from Queen of Pentacles. That's a pretty good place to start over. Okay. Anything? Okay. For some of you, I'm going back to this Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, Four of Wands energy. That it feels like we got off in the weeds about I followed the energy of what happened in the past. It feels like who this person is. So I wanted to kind of get back. Is this someone new coming in? And what I'm seeing is that what this looks like is that Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, Four of Wands is what this player sold you. Taking advantage of you being in Queen of Swords in reverse, not being very discerning. Feels like this person creates a mirage, a delusion, knows how to get you in your feelings, reflects back your own energy and is like, yes, I want the same thing you want. It feels like this person knows how to convince the person in front of them that they're interested in, and they just say yes. Yeah, they're not being honest about what they want out of life, what they want in a relationship. What they want out of a relationship is a servant. They want someone to do all the household work. This feels real traditional. They want to just go to work, come home, and have everything provided for. They don't feel like they need to give you anything. That just because they provide the bare basics, that you need to provide everything else. I think if this person were honest and would have told you that's actually what I'm looking for, is someone who I don't have to put any effort or work into, where you do all the work and all the labor. I don't know if I ever want to even kiss you or hug you after you finally hook in. And I'll be mean. I'll be kind of a jerk to you because I want to be myself, and myself is kind of a jerk. I feel like if the person was honest, that's what they would tell you. And I want you to just accept this and work really hard to try to make me happy. Turn yourself inside out to make me happy. Abandon yourself to make me happy, to fill me up. So this person, it feels like, took advantage of you maybe not discerning, maybe not asking difficult questions that you didn't want to know the answers to, maybe ignoring red flags. Feels like there's a lot of chaos in the past when this person was selling you that this is love, this is our partnership, this is amazing, this is what I want to create. And it feels like this person told you, I'm going to put in the work. We're going to work together. We're going to get to a destination. And I think you were like, yes, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. You're showing up as the Queen of Pentacles, but this person is really the King of Pentacles in reverse. It's an illusion. They're not grounded. They're not abundant. They're not stable. They need your stability, your security. It feels like they need your labor, and they don't want to do anything else, and they want what they want. So, okay, what about the messages that I was receiving at the beginning, that after letting this person go, you can find love, connection, relationships? It looks like there's a need to move to calmer grounds, to start making decisions on your own, to not allow someone to juggle you. Okay, so this person took advantage of you needing, of some unmet needs that you have. Needing others to love you. Feels like you might have been conditioned in childhood to need to get your parents' validation, need that love was something you needed to get someone else outside of you to love you. It doesn't matter how you feel about yourself. It feels like who I'm talking to might have been conditioned to not care about how you feel, but the goal, being conditioned that you need to get someone else to love you, to validate you in that way. And so the way to heal from this, the medicine, is to learn how to love yourself, to validate your own experience, to validate your own value, your own worth. All right. Class advice. For some of you, it looks like leaving this relationship that I described, if you're still in it, if I've been describing something that you are now inside of. It looks like it might be a comfort zone, and you might need to face your fears to get out of this comfort zone, or you're facing your fears to get out of this comfort zone. I do not feel like you have the higher ground at this point to come at this person, to make a fight. It feels like all the messages I'm receiving right now are, it's time to move to calmer grounds. Just safely removing yourself, move to calmer grounds, start making decisions for yourself. This is not the time to fight this, to bring this up. It feels like you'll need that energy to face your fears, to move on, to get out of this comfort zone. And right now is not the time to fight this person, to feels like that would waste your energy, and it doesn't feel like you have the higher ground right now. You need to pool your strength and your courage, because it feels like at this point, if you try to engage, if you're still in this relationship with this person that I've been describing, it feels like you aren't really tuned into your intuition in regards to this person. It feels like this person gets you in your emotions. And I don't know about you, but when I am in my emotions, whether they're happy emotions or really upsetting emotions, I recognize that I'm in a state of mind that I can't perceive accurately. When you're in water, emotions, and you look through water, the water distorts things. So there's a need when I'm in my emotions and something comes up, I realize I need to figure this out, work the emotions through, find stability, security, get back to neutrality, and then I'll look at this. And then I'll see what's going on and what I'm perceiving. Because when I make beliefs from my emotions, then later I've got to go through and clear those beliefs because they're built on an amplification energy and might not be true. And it feels like this person is, and it feels like you have a potential to be very intuitive. This person is your kryptonite, is probably the best way I can describe that. And so you're not seeing things. And it feels like you need some distance. You need to get out of the house, make some moves, get out of this relationship, get out of this comfort zone, if this message is for you and you're like, yes, and not fight this person. Use your energy to move on, to find safety. Because what I'm seeing is that once you create some distance and don't fight, create some energetic distance too, then you can ground into your new reality and you'll start seeing things. The more you bring your energy back and let their energy go, then you'll have some clarity. And right now, I don't feel like you have all the clarity. There needs to be take care of yourself, love yourself enough to leave. By the way, this person feels like they make a lot of decisions for you. And so if you're wanting someone else to make a decision for you, like a tarot reader online, that's not the goal either. The goal, if there is a goal, is for you to discern and you to take all the information and make a decision for yourself. So if you're like, well, I got a tarot reading, I saw a tarot reading online, and please don't put that on me, that I'm making you make a decision. That is not the intention here. I'm just translating messages of guidance. And you need to discern and make decisions for yourself. It feels like that's part of learning as well. I hope that makes sense. Don't take out listening to one person and having one person make decisions and then put someone else, well, this person's, put yourself in there. Figure out how to discern, how to make decisions, how to own those decisions. So, all right. I hope this is helpful. Thank you all so much for being here. Have a great day.